Mr. Syed Alamdar now. I think we will start sooner. Are you ready, Mr. Syed Alamdar?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Before going to Mr. Syed Alamdar presentation, I would like to open this discussion and also this workshop. Mr. Bayu is going to join, but he is on he is on his way. He is having another agenda, but soon he will join. Okay. Thank you very much. We we are pleased to be here to be with Mr. Syed Alamdar, the one of a scholar in University of Airlangga, and who has published several publication index by Scopus and other journal with high reputable or high profile reputable publication. And now, before going to the presentation, let's begin our discussion today by reciting Al-Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, I would like to guide this discussion when during presentation, if one of us you have a question, you may raise your hand first, and so we can remind Mr. Salamdar if we got still plenty of time to explain. He will explain. But in the end of section, we have two sections today. First, write about how to start to write the manuscript, and the second session is to write abstract and the introduction. Also, when in the end of the presentation, we will give also the part of this agenda to be. You may share your PPT PowerPoint. Miss Mbak Hima sudah di enable ininya, enable apa share screen, Mr. Hima, Mbak Hima, Miss Hima, halo, Mbak Hima, share screen-nya udah bisa ya? Oh, udah bisa. You may your share screen, Miss Alamdar.
I cannot share actually the screen. It is not.
I can. Save this. But I can share from here. You may click share screen. Maybe it is can be view.
I'm sharing screen now. Now I can share it.
Okay. May you ready already so in the process. We are viewing your screen now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And I don't postpone again. It's now the time is yours.
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me for this interactive section between S2 and S3 students of Universitas Airlangga. And just to actually, it is going to be an interactive, rather helping session to help students identify how to pick the topic, how to select the topic for the research, because this is very important in executing a research. This is very important in starting a research, that you select a correct topic. You select a correct topic, because if the topic is not correct, being a S2 and S3 students, your supervisor will not allow you to proceed on your research. He will stop you or even if you are able to publish, you are able to work on that topic, you will find it very hard to get it published in any journal, because they will not accept it. So this is a very first step in starting a research, is we choose the correct topic. Uh, uh, Other topic, first I would like to mention that research and research publication, these are two different type of skill sets. Even if you are able to do good research, you will not able to get it published unless you will have specific skills. Research is like producing a product. Research publication is like selling a product. If you already know, from business background, the producers, the producing a product is a different thing. Many, you are, in the production process, this is a different skill set, like engineers and like doctors, like everything, you need to involve to develop a product. The selling product is a business issue. So same is the case with research publication. When you produce a research publication, for to get it published, you need to know several things, like what is being sold in the market. If you will produce a wrong product, you cannot sell it in the market. The same is the case with research publications. If you produce a wrong publication, you will never get it published, and you will struggle to find to get your degree. So what is research? Research is finding the right topic. The first thing is, the first step in uh, selecting to get to produce a research product, is finding the right topic. Finding the right topic is how, in this session, we will, how many students are with us?
We are now 10 persons.
10. We have 10 students. I will help one or two students by practically searching, by shorting down their publications, to help them identify their topics, so they will get it. They will get it in approved for like S2 or S-Tiga, whatever they want to do. I will help them out. I will ask them out. If anybody wants to work me for their research topic. The first step is reading research publications. The first step is reading latest research publications. You just see, latest research publication is basically, I'm telling what, research publication from very good journals, Cooper's ranked journals, because most of the scholars, they try to find the research publications of journals published, of the journals, of the papers published by all kinds of journals. They don't look for the quality of the journal. So if you search the Google Scholar, it will give you all kind of papers, like working papers, like journal publications, like low quality journal publications, like publications that like plagiarized journal publications. It does not make distinction. So when you are choosing a topic, you have to continuously look for it, that whether you are searching for reading a good journal or not. This is very important, because I have seen it. Many people, many students, even here in Langa, they bring like 4 or 5 papers. One is plagiarized, one is not Scoopers, one is not a good quality journal, and they say that we are going to. No, you will not. You will never able to get this.
But we got noise here. Mr. Ahmad Sodik, may you mute your mic? Sorry. Oh no, he has muted. Okay, you may continue, Mr. Alamdar.
Yes. So this is very important, that you do everything. You do everything right. The selecting of the journal. What kind of journals you are selecting? So it should not be low quality journal. It should not be working paper. There are there are working papers of very good houses, many big research houses, but I will not recommend you to attend working paper at this stage, at this very beginning stage of S2 and STICA students. Like our audience is S2 and STICA students who are starting their research, or they are already into their research. How many students are there who have already started their research, and how many are still working on their research paper? How many are there? What are the profiles of S2 students that we are having in our session? Whether they have already started their research, or they are already into their research. Brother Azhar.
Yes.
The S2 and STIGA students that we are having in this session, whether they have already begun working on their dissertations, or they are into their dissertations. They have already done some work on their dissertations.
But yes, but I think that they are starting to do their homework. I think because
That's
most of homework from lecturers are making paper in
yes.
many subjects.
Yes. So you see, the first thing is finding the right topic. How we will find the topic? It's reading the latest publication. The latest publication, I have already told you for what kind of publications we are going to read. That we are going to read very good quality publications.
Oh,
Then
but there is someone who in this trust program, Miss Sulistyawati, Miss Lustiawati, you may ask Mr. Alamdar when you got maybe when you having problems or some things that you don't understand. You may ask Mr. Alamdar. He is in progress, but I'm still we are still in active student. Most of them working on their homework.
yes. Okay. Please ask there is a comment. Please ask the question. What is the question?
No. They just she must she just say that she is in the progress in writing dissertation.
Okay. In the progress of her. So it means she has already selected the topic.
Yes. She did, I think. Miss
Yes, because she is writing the. So another thing I will tell you. While before reading the journals, it is very important to use to know about the softwares of research that you are going to use, like Mendeley, like the research program, because unless you don't know these research tools and research models, you will not be able to read the research paper properly. So you must have appreciation, or you must have good understanding of reading, of knowing the methodologies of research. If you want to ask a question, please raise your hand. Okay.
yes, and this just one just make announcement. If
Okay. So this is very important that you, like, firstly, I will tell you there is a software, a referencing software that is called Mendeley.
yes.
So when you are reading the research paper, it is very, I will advise you always enter the paper in Mendeley, because I will demonstrate you here how Mendeley helps you out in summarizing your research, in developing your literature view. It helps you out to search for the correct paper about a correct topic of discussion, so that you will develop your paper or research correctly. If you will do it manually, you will not develop a correct literature view, or incomplete literature view. You will not able to do it. So I will demonstrate it here how Mendeley helps you out to develop a good literature view, and it helps you out in doing the referencing. So in reading the latest publications, I will share you another screen.
Yes.
uh, of I will just share you another screen. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Now you can see this my Google screen. See, you can see my Google screen now.
Yes, we are your Google screen.
Yes. You see, first when we are going to select a topic of discussion, we can even search from here Google, but it is better to go to Google Scholar, because we are only going to refer to the scholarly research papers. We will go to the Google Scholars. Like for instance, we want to select a topic like about COVID-19 impact, the current that is very hot discussion about. We want to select we want to work in the area of impact of COVID-19, how COVID-19 is impacting Islamic stock markets or whatever. See, we will write it here we will write here COVID-19 impact. Right. First, we will only shortlist COVID-19. See, when you will do it, it will open all kinds of papers. Here we will select only since 2021. We only want to review the latest papers. See, we only want to review the latest papers. Now, when we will click the since 2020, it will only open up the research paper that have been published during the last since 2020. It will not go beyond that. Now, for selecting the research topic, the first thing is, now read it here. Is this a research paper? Psychological consequences of home confinement. We are talking about COVID-19. Now it is giving the first paper is home confinement. Second paper is vaccination. We don't want these papers because we want to search about the COVID-19 effect. See, then we will write in here COVID-19 impact on stock market. Now it has opened us a variety of papers of COVID-19 impact on stock markets. Now we are sorting it down. How we will select the paper? Just see the first paper. It is semantic scholar. It is not a journal. We will not touch this paper.
Okay.
The second paper is finance research letters. It is Elsevier.
That's good.
Yeah, this is Elsevier. This is a good paper. See, we will now. The third one is economic and political science, Taylor and Francis. This is a good paper. See, another very easy thing is how to pick these things. We will here. We will open a very easy thing. This Shimagoja lab. We want to check because simultaneously we will check whether the paper we are referencing is from Google or not. Yes, I will answer this topic. You have difficulty in writing the research gap clearly in the banking background introduction. When we will come to that introduction, Bu Sulis Yawati. Yes. We will. I will really explain this topic how to write the gap in introduction. When we will come to this. Currently, I am just starting from the very beginning. How we will select the topic. This is a very critical thing in selecting a paper. The first thing is Asian economics. Just we will check it. Does it open? We will come here and search here. If the paper only appears in this, In the Shimagoja lab, you select that paper.
Okay. Oh, to check whether the paper is
Is good quality or not.
Yes.
See, it is not there. Asian Economics, it is Journal of Asian Economics, Eurasian Geography. This journal is not there. We will not select this paper. See, when you are, so it is concurrently, this is a concurrent practice. We will, while selecting a topic, it is not that we will open. First, we will check the name of the journal, what we are referring. It has opened us the journal, the paper, we don't want it. The second is finance research letters. We will open, I already know this is a very good journal. Finance research letters. See, this journal appears in here. If we will open it, click on here, open it. You see, it is a last two greens. This is a Q1 journal. 2019, this is a green. The yellow one is Q2, the orange Q3, and the red one is Q4. Here it is the green one, it is a Q1 journal. You can even scroll down and check. They will write it somewhere down that this is a Q1 journal. Here. Finance Search Charters, it is a Q1 journal. See, so we will pick this paper, COVID-19 impact on Asian, the second paper, impact of COVID-19 on emerging stock markets. This one. Now, the second thing is come to abstract. Select only that paper that you understand. You see, there are a whole lot of research coming in the world that nobody understands everything. So this is not a if you don't understand something, it is not a deficiency that, oh, I'm not able to understand and what I will do. Don't do that. Don't select that paper. If you don't understand, just let it go. Just to come to the paper that you understand. Because this is the case with many students, that when you are reading the research paper, they come to realize that, oh, I am not able to know what will happen to me. Trust me, it happens to everybody. Like even to qualified researcher, the research papers, that we don't know all the methodologies of the world. So if you don't understand everything, just leave it. We just come to the paper that you understand the most. Like in this abstract, the goal of this, the first thing is objective. The goal is to investigate the impact of COVID-19 on emerging stock markets over the periods the writing of the research. The first part of a good research, the first part of the abstract of a good research paper is always the objective and the methodology. Here he did not point out the methodology, he only wrote the objective. Because in this session we will also try to demonstrate what kind of abstracts that are available, and what are the abstract or writing different abstracts, like 100-word abstract, like 150-word abstract, like 250 words abstract, like the structured abstract. There are different kinds of abstract for every kind of journal. So we will also do a practice session on that, how to work on how to develop that kind of how to develop an abstract, to meet the quality of the journal. If during the session you realize that I'm speaking a bit fast, please mention it out that I will repeat it. Don't please try to don't please feel shy to point me out that if you don't understand something. Please point me out that if something is not clear.
Okay. So I remind to all participant, if you have question, please ask, atau silakan tanya, ya silakan bertanya kalau ada pertanyaan. Atau mungkin ditulis bahasa Indonesia di kolom chat, nanti kami usahakan untuk communicated in English.
Ya, aku bisa bahasa Indonesia
Oh,
sedikit.
bisa sedikit. Alhamdulillah.
Ya, aku coba berjawab sedikit aja di bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa Inggris juga.
Oke, insya Allah.
Brother, aku minta brother Azhar bantu saya untuk berterjemah.
Ya, merumuskan inti ya,
Ya,
saja.
ya.
Oke, insya Allah. Jadi mungkin tadi ini bagian tentang abstrak yang paling penting itu adalah penjelasan tentang adanya tujuan dan juga metodologi. Itu adalah riset yang baik atau abstrak yang baik. Kemudian jangan sampai kita membaca atau memaksakan membaca suatu yang bisa kita lihat dari abstrak, tapi kita tidak tahu tidak paham abstraknya saja, tidak paham, apalagi body pattern-nya atau semakin ke bawahnya. Jadi ini mungkin salah satu cara refinery atau cara menseleksi beberapa artikel. Jadi kita cari artikel yang sekiranya kita bisa menguasai topik tersebut. Nah, mungkin bisa dilanjutkan, Brother Alamdar.
Terima kasih. Itu yang benar, Anda terjemah yang benar. Now the first part of the introduction is objective and the methodology, and he has written also about the data of the what kind of data he has used. The first thing is, the second thing is his findings. Now he is writing the findings reveal that the negative impact of pandemic on emerging stock market has gradually fallen and begun to fly off by mid-April. See, they are saying that the impact of coronavirus, it started to reduce by mid-April. Now we have to know when this paper got published. The first, it got published in 2020. See, so this is still a very old paper on COVID-19 because the impact of COVID-19 started to go down. It is talking about something in April 2020. It is like 1.5 years old. Because when we are doing research, we want to know what is happening right now. See, so don't go by such kind of findings that are telling you the findings of like 1.5 years ago. If you will work on this kind of finding, your paper will not be of good quality. So you have to be very careful in reading the abstract. That even though this is a good paper to 2020, but now these findings are very old. So we need to take care of this. What kind of findings we are addressing? Findings reveal that negative impact of this one. In terms of regional classification, the impact of the outbreak has been the highest in Asian stock market, whereas the emerging stock market in Europe have experienced the lowest. You just see, because he is selecting the sample of very early period, he was not able to get the complete impact of how COVID-19 impacted the global market. He is saying that the Europe was affected the low, but from the news we know that the Europe was affected. The effect of Europe was also very high. So while you reading the paper, you need to care. We will consider this paper, but we will also try to develop on it. No, don't base. This is what I am telling you. Don't ever base your research on one paper. Don't ever base your research. Try to read like not full paper. Try to read the abstracts of like 40 to 50 papers. I will not recommend for selecting the topic. I will recommend you to read whole of the paper. Just read the abstracts of 40 and 50 papers. You will come to know what that particular paper is talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I will make the point. Jadi kita harus tidak boleh bersandar pada satu abstrak, satu paper, tapi kita menuju pada suatu topik yang kita tentukan itu setelah membaca abstrak dari sekian puluh 40 until 50 artikel abstrak dari artikel-artikel tersebut. Jadi satu artikel saja tidak bisa kita jadi sandaran, atau bahkan mungkin kita juga bisa mengkritisi ya, karena how about your opinion to make a note or to criticize? Because this paper just making the few sample. Yeah. It's only March till April. So this is we see that there will be chance for us to make the better paper with more broad period, maybe how to see the chance for making novelty or make to comment the paper.
Yes. Yes. So this is very important. You to don't base your research on one paper.
Mm.
We have during our work in Erlanga, I attended a few sessions that students were bringing papers to the scholars that we want to work on this topic. They were holding the papers of like 2004, 2006, 2012 that we like the topic. Even though you like the topic, but it is very old. Don't work on that, because that topic is already very old and many people have worked on that. Don't select your topic, your most current papers or from like 2021, because you need to understand this. When a research is done, it takes like 1.5 years to get it published. From the review process, very long review process, very good journals, there is a very from when you do a research, it takes like 1.5 years to 2 years to get it published.
Okay.
So when it comes, because why this happens that it takes like 2 years, because there is a submission of papers, it takes process, then there is a review process, it takes paper, then there is acceptance process, it takes time, then there is a queue in the journal that after which your paper will come to for publication. So from submission to the publication, it takes like 1.5 years, 1 year, 1.5 year to 2 years. So when it comes to you, that research is already 1 year old.
Right.
So if you will select a paper of like 2 year old, it means that you are working on a topic of like 4 year old.
Yes. Okay. Mungkin I want to make the point to ease the understanding. Jadi salah satu yang lain tadi selain tidak hanya bersandar satu paper, kebaruan atau the newness dari paper itu sangat kita perhatikan. Bahkan ini saja, misalnya ini tahun Maret April 2020 itu sekarang sudah dinilai old atau udah lama karena udah 1,5 tahun. Sekarang kita di 2021. Dan bahkan tadi dalam proses publikasi itu ternyata dalam sebuah paper bisa memakan waktu 1,5 tahun, 1,5 sampai 2 tahun. Kalau kita memakai paper yang 1,5 tahun, kemudian kita menulisnya dalam rangka 2 tahun, maka sebenarnya yang kita kerjakan itu akan sudah berusia sekitar 4 tahun. Jadi cukup menjadi lama. Jadi ini juga adalah salah satu tantangan saat ini untuk mencari yang terbaru, artikel yang terbaru. Yes. You may continue, Mr. Salamdar.
Yes. So now we are coming to the last of the paper. The last part of the abstract that tells us what we can work on. We also find that the official response time and the size of the stimulus package provided by the governments matter in the offsetting the effects of the pandemic. You just see now there are 4 items that he has identified in this paper. First thing is negative impact of COVID-19 on then there is the work on emerging stock markets. Then there is a topic of data selection area. Now in that number of topics in this abstract alone that I am going to identify. How many topics are there to work on in this abstract alone? The first thing is emerging stock markets. This is a one topic of COVID-19 that we can work on. The second topic is the period of data. What period of data he has selected? He has selected the lesser data. Another topic is negative impact of the pandemic. This is another topic. And there another topic is that whether the impact is falling or it is increasing, because it is saying that it is fallen. Because he has taken only one paper. When we will increase our broad size, we will also know that whether it was increasing, whether it remained constant, what was that. So this is another topic. Interregional, now there is regional classification. Regional means whether the paper is addressing Asian stock markets, European stock markets, American stock markets, because so this is another topic that, or even the country like Indonesia, you want to work on Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, like USA. This is another regional classification. This is another topic. We also find that response time, how much government has delayed in responding to the pandemic, because there were governments that they did not respond on time unless the impacted the stock market very, even the economy very adversely. What was the response time? What was the stimulus package? What kind of stimulus package governments afforded? This is another. So you just see, only from this abstract we have identified like 6-7 topics that we can work on, only from the abstract. So this is very important. You get the abstract and identify the topics. What are the topics provided by the government and the offsetting in the pandemic? So the government response. These are all 8 topics in this abstract that we have identified. Now we come to another example. Another thing is, this is impact of COVID-19 on stock markets. This is another paper, economic and political studies. First, we will come in here to check whether this journal is good or not. The first step, when you are reading a paper, this is always the first step to check whether this journal is good. Don't go straight away to reading the paper. Always first check the paper, check what is the ranking of the paper. What is it? Economic and political studies. Economic and POLITI. Economic and political studies. Economic and political studies. This is here.
Yes.
This is good. This is already. This is. What is this work done? You see, even this is a very low quality. H index 7, very low quality journal. Here it is in economics and econometrics. It is Q3. See, this one is orange. Actually, this is a political science paper. Political science, international relations, sociology, and political science. This is basically a political science paper. So I will recommend, don't go for such kind of journals. Only select journals that are specializing in your area.
Oh.
Yeah, because this kind of, because during the last year, COVID-19 was a very popular topic. So all kind of journals started to, everybody was reading it. All kind of journals started to publish papers in this area. So even you will find many papers published by absolutely anonymous journals, the journals that don't have any relation to this economic impact, because the people were reading about it. So I will recommend, don't do such kind of papers. Don't do address paper from such kind of journals, because those papers are of low quality. Because the editor of that journal does not have the adequate capability to figure it out what is the quality of the content. So for topic selection, I will recommend, don't read such the journals that do not belong to your area, because this is a political science area. This is not our area.
Okay.
We will not select this paper. See, this is this is why I am telling you, the topic selection is a very tricky thing. You need to be very careful that you just see this political science paper. If you will select this paper, you might, because the editors and the reviewers did not have good competencies to deal with the topic, they will publish the wrong paper, and you will get something, you will base something on their research. You will find it very hard to publish your research. So I will recommend you, don't ever go for the unrelated journals. Always go for the related journals, the journals that work in the finance area, that work on the Islamic finance area, so that you will get the right topic. We will not select this paper. Now another thing is, Energy research letters. We will again check this journal. Energy research letters. Energy research letters. If this paper is not there, it belongs to, this is still semantic scholars. This is not, even though I knew it, it is not a good journal, but I wanted to do the process to let you know if this is a good journal or not. Next is, it is still Muhasib versus franchise. This is still not a good journal. The next thing is MDPI, COVID-19 outbreak. We will see this. Environmental research. Now, it is still unrelated paper. Environmental research and public. This is paper, this journal is not related to us. We want to discuss about economic impact. So for topic selection, don't select this paper. We will not take this. Another is research in international business and finance. Now, research in international business and finance. Research in international business and finance. See, this paper is this journal is available here. Very high, very good H index.
Yes.
This is a Q1. Business management, it is Q1, and finance, it is Q2. Business management, this one is green. In green here, and finance, it is Q2 here. If you will place your cursor on it, it will show you. So this is a good journal. Now we will read this paper. First, look at the abstract. Now again the first part of it. In this paper, we examine the stock market's response to COVID-19 pandemic. The first paper, what was the first paper about? It was the impact of COVID-19. Now it is the response of stock market of COVID-19. So this is another topic. The first paper we addressed, we read was the impact of COVID-19 on stock markets. Dear Azhar.
Yes.
The first paper we read was about the impact of. Now the second paper is about this. It is response, how the stock market responded it. Now the data he is using is confirmed cases and death cases, and COVID market returns. Data from 64 countries over the period January to April 2020. Now you just see the data period is again very low in here.
Yeah. More
now he's using three kinds of data. The death cases, the affected confirmed cases, means the person who got COVID-19 but they did not get killed. The death cases is the person who got killed after affecting the COVID-19. Yes. And the data of returns, the return of stock market. The return of stock market, we know that how to calculate the return on the shares by the daily price movement. So in this paper, he's getting three kinds of data, and from January to January 2020 to April 2020.
Okay.
See here. Now the next thing is the finding. We find that stock market responded negatively to growth in COVID-19. The first was what was first paper about? It was about stock market responded negatively. This paper is saying that negative impact. Yes, he confirms that there was a negative impact, but he is saying that the impact of that negative impact was also negative on the growth of the economy. This is, we find that stock market responded negatively to the growth in the stock markets in the COVID-19 to the confirmed case. You just see he's saying that we find that stock market responded negatively to the growth in COVID-19 confirmed cases, because you just see what he was his data was confirmed cases and death cases. But his finding is the stock market, the response is negative to confirmed cases, not the death cases. See his what was his research? He was used the data of stock market, confirmed cases and death cases. But in his findings, he is saying that he only found the negative relationship with confirmed cases, not the death cases.
Oh yes, why? So this is the different goals and the finding.
Different findings. Different findings, because in that previous paper he did not address this. He did not make any distinction between the confirmed and the death cases. Here he has made the distinction between confirmed and the death cases, and he is saying that there is a distinction between confirmed and the death cases. He only finds the relationship with confirmed cases, not the death cases. See, thus that is stock market declined as the number of confirmed cases increased. As soon as the people got news that the stock market is affecting affecting the economy, as soon as the investors knew that the stock market is COVID-19 affected the economy, the stock market started to come down. So here we are only, this research is saying that stock market got effect from the news of confirmed cases, not the death cases. We further found that stock market reacted more proactively to the number of confirmed cases as compared to the growth. You just see here it is saying it the same thing. The confirmed cases has more impact on stock market as compared to the death cases. This is the same thing it is saying in our in this. Our analysis also suggests negative market reaction was strong during early days of confirmed cases, and then between 40 to 50 days after initial confirmed cases. That early days, because we know that when the COVID-19 impact was announced, it was announced in like something like on 22nd of February, when it was the global pandemic was announced. It is saying that during the first days of like January of when people started to get news, the stock market affected adversely. But as soon as when the period goes on, the impact started to low down, because investors got used to it. They knew that, oh yes, this is happening, that we have to deal with it. So it's the impact of it started to come down. Overall, our results suggest that stock market quickly responded to stock market, and this response was varying over time and the stock stage of outbreak. The response of the stock market to COVID-19 is varying. Varying means changing. So at different period of time, it was different impact. So now from this abstract, we now again have got different topics. The stock market impact on pandemic, COVID-19 confirmed cases and death cases, and COVID-19 cases, confirmed cases and stock market returns. Countries that you can take, number of countries, like in this paper he has taken like 64 countries. The data from January to April. In the last paper we again have the data of January to April. Also the relation of the return with the stock market. The stock with stock market, it is related to confirmed cases. This is also a topic, whether it is related to confirmed cases or the death cases or something else. What is it is related to. it is also saying that negative reaction, the stage of effect was different. A stage of effect of COVID-19 on stock market is different. On the early stage or in different stages during the year, the impact was different on the stock market. So we know that from even this abstract we got different like 8-9 topics as well. But the common topic we are getting here is the impact on stock market, death cases, confirmed cases, and the returns. This is the common topic. Now we can see we know how to analyze an abstract. We know how to analyze an abstract. On what ground? What are the things you are going when you are reading abstract? What are the things you need to focus? First thing is the purpose of the paper. What is the purpose of the paper? Second thing is the methodology. What methodology he has used? The third thing is the data. What kind of data he has used? The fourth thing is the object that on what he is researching, what variables he is using, what is the characteristics of the sample that he is using. Then there is the findings. What are his findings? Like here, what is the implications of that findings from the future search? Now we know that COVID-19 is a popular topic, and the topic is developing is the how it impacted the stock market, was from where the impact came from the death or from the confirmed cases, from where the impact came from. So from these two papers we have developed a bit of an idea that the data used in most of the paper is very low. Like from January to April, in the last paper it was also very short data from like February to April. So this is a gap. Use of data is a gap. You can make a paper of the longer period data. This
longer
is the gap
and maybe more various countries maybe.
Yes. Because the major gap is about the data. Period of the data that they are using, the research are using very low period data of very low period. This is a very significant that is coming out of this. Now we will see the another one. This is a Korean journal. We don't need it. Korean journal. No. Another one is this one, Impact of Government Stock Market, the Journal of North American Islamic versus Conventional Index. You just see in the Islamic versus Conventional. This is a very latest paper, November 2019.
November.
Yes, very. You need to.
This month.
Yes. You just see. That is why I will not recommend you to read only one paper that you just came here. We will read and read. We will try to develop on it. How to make the paper, how to select the topic. Here again we will check. Where it is. North American Journal of Economics and Finance. But this paper is not in Scopus.
Oh yeah, but maybe this is the new journal.
Yes, this is a new journal. Yes, this is a new journal. North American Journal. This is a very new paper. That's why they might have published. They might have published it because the newer journal, they publish everything.
Yes.
Because even this is a new Science Direct journal, but this is a new journal, not yet available in there. So don't get allured by the topic. Always see whether it is a good journal or not. Yes. Even though you just say this paper is freely available, even though the methodology used is very good, it is well-wet analysis. This is a very good methodology used in it, but you always have to consider the ranking of the paper. We also explored the two comparable pair of Dow Jones. Even the data period is very good, 21st January to our finding that pandemic volatile. So we will not go for this paper, this journal, because this is a very new journal. I will not recommend you to go for these kind of, even though you can take it, but I will not recommend you to go for these kind of journals.
Yeah.
Always go for the good ranking journals. Next is short-term response to stock market, applied economics. This is a very good quality journal. Chinese stock market too.
Applied economics, yes.
Yes. This is a very good quality journal. I know, but I will let you see.
Applied economics is the Q1.
Yes, very good journal. Yes. Applied economics. This is yes. 85H index, very good journal. Very good journal. It is a Q2. In Shimagoj, it is in Scoopers, it is Q1, and here it is Q2. You just see another thing I will tell you here. It is Scoopers and Shimagoj. Yes. If you look for the website of Scoopers, this one. Scoopers and Shimagoj are two different things. Universitas Erlanga recognizes ranking of the Scoopers, not of the Shimagoj lab. Here we will do the journal ranking. You go to the journal Scoopers and come to the journal ranking. Here we will write the applied economics. Applied economics.
Yes.
Universitas Erlanga recognizes ranking of the Scoopers, not of the Shimagoj lab. So it is always better to check the ranking of the journal in Scoopers, not in Shimagoj lab. There is a difference in the ranking of Shimagoj and Scoopers. Shimagoj ranks all the journals. Shimagoj only takes data from the Scoopers, but they have their own ranking. They have even the journals are the same, but the ranking is different. We will see it here. Like we have written applied economics. Here is this journal, applied economics. Yes, this one. You just see. How to check the ranking of the journal in Scoopers?
Do you have about the percentage?
Yes, percentage. If the percentage is between 100 to 75, this is a Q1 journal. If it is between 51 to 75, it is a Q2 journal. If it is between 26 to 50, this is a Q3 journal. And if it is between 1 to 25, it is a Q4 journal. See, or even you are not sure, just click in here. We want to see only the Q1 journal, this one. Here I have click in here, like here. Look at my cursor. On the applied economics Q1, there are only two journals. American Journal of Applied Economics, Applied Health Economics and Society. This is 99%, 87%, between 75 to 100. This is a Q1. So always use Scoopers. We can, because Universitas Erlanga recognizes ranking of the Scoopers.
Yes. Oh, the best. The determining ranking based on Scopus, not in Simago.
Yeah, Shimago. Don't go for the Shimago, because it happens that when you publish it, because most of the students use Shimago. They check the journal. They say that it is Q2 or Q1. But when the university recognizes, they tell you the Q3. Your paper, the students got surprised that I checked it is Q1. because the ranking of the Shimago lab is different from the ranking of the Scopus. So always use Scopus to check the ranking of the paper. Okay.
Okay.
Now again we will check the abstract of this paper. This is on Chinese stock markets. Is event study. Now you just see he has used the methodology. So event study to calculate abnormal returns in 10 trading days following the outbreak. Now the data even here it is very small. It is only for the 10 trading days. The data here it is even very small. From which it was on that Chinese and Asian stock market. Now here it is saying that the stock market declined after COVID-19. So this paper is also showing the negative effect. So one thing is sure that the COVID-19 impacted the stock markets negatively, because in all the three papers we have seen so far, we have seen the negative impact. But these papers are of the last year. With the cumulative abnormal return remaining negative, this one. This article also analyzed the different industry index response to the epidemic from which it was found. Now it is saying that the impact of the COVID-19 was different in different industries. Like on manufacturing industry, software industry, IT industry, these all industries have different impact. So now this is another research gap. You can also select the industry. Like on IT industry, the impact was very good. The health industry, the impact was very good. The hotel industry, the impact was very bad. Like the online marketing, the impact was very good. So this is another topic that we have come across during our research, that we can also research the topic of we can also impact the impact of COVID-19 on different industries. Because it is saying that the COVID-19 on airline industries, you know that the impact was not very good because airline industry stopped. The pharmaceutical industry, the impact was very good because people use medicine, the use of medicine got very high. So this is another topic, to analyze the impact of stock market on different industries. What was the industries? This is another topic. It is not straightforward.
Yeah, segmentation. Segmenting the industry.
Yeah, segmenting the industry. This is another topic. You can select the topic of, you can pick only the industries that responded, that have positive impact. You can also explore the industries that have negative impact. So this is also a topic to select the industries, that what was the impact on various industries. Like it is saying that pharmaceutical manufacturing, software analysis has positive impact. You see, pharmaceutical, pharmaceutical, software and IT has positive impact. See, because of COVID-19, their returns increased. See, and while transportation, lodging, and catering has negative impact because the hotels closed, lodging was closed, so they have negative impact. So we also know that there is also this is also a topic that we want to work in the different industries. See, these results reflect investors' expectation for the different industries and the economy as a whole under the outbreak of the contagious coronavirus. Now, from the previous paper, we know that there is also a topic of government response. Here we are seeing that the impact was different on different industries. So if we will integrate the previous government response, and here we can make a paper on this impact of government response on different industries. See, this is how to integrate the finding of one paper with another paper.
So we generate the idea.
Yes, we interlink the idea from one paper to another paper, from one paper to another paper. So the thing is, you read this abstract, keep this in mind, or write it on the paper. Like in the first paper, I mentioned like 8-9 points, write it on the paper. On the second paper, I mentioned like 8-9 points. You find like 8-9 points, write it on the paper. On the third on the third paper, you select like 8-9 points, write it on the paper. Now try to link those concepts where you are getting it. Where what is going to be relate those three abstract to develop the topic. Like here, in the first, we selected the countries. Now what is going to be the topic? The government response of specific industries to COVID-19 impact in Indonesia. See, we have from these 4 or 5 papers, we have selected a topic.
Yes.
Integrating finding of one paper with another paper.
Yes. I also see the chance to generate idea when we saw before this paper said that in that case the researcher doesn't confirm that it will strongly impact. But when we sort the data and to do segmentation data through pharmaceutical industry, maybe that cases maybe will strongly impact.
Yes. You see, this is how you integrate concept of one paper with another paper. This is how you develop the topic. So don't take that, okay, this has used, you will replicate this research in another event study method. You can use this method, but I will recommend you to integrate the topics coming from one paper to another paper. So it will help you out to develop a topic. See, now we have seen like 3 papers. The same activity you need, like I mentioned it before, the same activity you do it on like 40 and 50 papers. Write it down the concepts from those papers and try to link them. Like try to link them, try to make like 4 to 5 topics by linking the concepts. Like I have mentioned, like impact on of government, the government response to stock market impact in different industries. This is one topic. The death or the confirmed cases, this is another topic. Develop like 4 and 5 topics like this. Then discuss with your supervisor that you want to work on these 4 and 5 topics. He will help you short down that, okay, you choose this or another topic. If you will go by this, I will tell you your supervisor will never deny your topic because you have worked on that area.
Yes. I see.
Because the student, what students do, they and also when you are writing when you are discussing a topic, write it on a paper. Write all the research papers that you have read about that topic. When you will present your paper to the researcher that you have read this very good quality journals for developing this topic, and you will tell them that these are 4 or 5 topics, let me assure you 100% he will not reject your topic.
Yes.
And you will not waste your time in searching for the topic.
Yeah.
So we are clear now how to develop a topic. The very first session that we are here, that how to develop the topic. That I if there is any question on the topic development, please, the students.
Yes. Please. For our participant who has question and who still face the difficulty to choose the topic, please may ask Mr. Alamdar. We will give the session to the discussion. But I want to share sometimes. So I realized I just realized maybe my mistake. Sometimes we generate the idea, the topic, not by reading journal. We just see or just read writer's paper, or just in our mind based on our limited knowledge. So we decide to choose the topic, not by reading. Now this is maybe for mistake sometimes when discussing the topic, just based on our limited knowledge. So we don't go to the reading more a lot of journal before deciding to choose the topic. So that's maybe one of my mistake. Please, if anyone who want to ask Mr. Alamdar, hopefully, yes, I want to make the point. The first, the from beginning, the choosing the reading material is very important. Ya. Paling penting membaca adalah bagaimana menseleksi bahan-bahan bacaan kita, terutama tadi yang saya kasih garis bawahi diantaranya adalah ternyata bukan hanya ranking, ya, bukan hanya ranking jurnal Q1, Q2 yang kita utamakan, tapi diantaranya adalah topik. Ya, seandainya kita memang membahas COVID-19 on stock market in finance, ya fokus on finance and not the paper that bukan di paper yang dipublish di jurnal yang tidak terkait dengan area kita. Nah, itu salah satunya. Kemudian kita combine semuanya, try to identify untuk mencoba mencari mengidentifikasi topik-topik ya. Tadi ternyata dari satu abstrak ada banyak sekali topik-topik yang bisa menjadi bahan kita. Makanya berarti mungkin kita harus membaca abstrak berkali-kali mungkin sambil mengidentifikasi topik. Kemudian setelah itu mengidentifikasi topik, kemudian melingkaitkan ke paper-paper yang lain, kemudian seperti kita muncul ada ide. Baik, mungkin saya beri waktu bagi yang ingin bertanya, silahkan. Kalau belum ada, maybe you may continue. Maybe the next material. I think the presentation is also answered how to write the research gap. Yeah,
yes. Because your topic is your research gap. The topic is your research gap.
Oh yes. So the topic is research gap. When we don't get the research gap, so we still don't get the topic.
Yes.
Okay.
The topic is the research gap.
Yes. Okay.
Because it is not possible that you have selected the topic and you don't know your research gap. When the student, the teacher asks you what is your topic, it is the same answer. When what is your research gap, it is the same answer.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, but maybe if I ask, I still don't read yet the enough paper to decide what the topic is.
Yes.
So we still need, or sometimes we still need thinking in our mind. Is this possible from the data, getting the data, and also the impact of our research. So this is to be our consideration. Okay, maybe masih ada yang ingin bertanya, mungkin tidak apa-apa dengan bahasa Indonesia, nanti kita coba bantu untuk jelaskan ya. Semoga-moga saya juga bisa menjelaskan dengan baik. Ini ada Syafrina juga, mungkin Mbak Syafrina ingin bertanya. Ini biasanya cukup bersemangat ini Mbak Syafrina ini. Mungkin Mbak Syafrina, ini Mbak Syafrina mungkin ada kegiatan yang lain. Jadi biasanya dia cukup rajin bertanya untuk masalah ininya. Nah, kadang-kadang mungkin itu. Sometimes, kadang-kadang juga ini, Mr. Salam, I have question. Sometimes the difficulties to decide the topic. Sometimes in our mind, our lecturers push us to do something new. So we just generate the idea, what is the new, what is the latest, but not by reading, just by in our mind, it is the new. And I think this is not, there is still little research on the topic, but this is not, this is not the research gap. Research gap must be set by reading Scopus paper, or just we can say that I don't read any paper, or I don't still can find a lot of papers talking that. So I said, I chose because this topic is new. So we have to back to reading papers.
Yes. The thing is, you cannot go out of the reading paper, because if you just see, if you cannot select a paper on a topic, it means that you cannot work on the just leave that topic. If you cannot select a paper on a topic, just leave that topic. You will not be able to support it.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be supported by the research papers. If a topic comes to your mind, because I will not tell you how to work on that topic because it is very early stage. You will caught it. You will take a lot of time in working on that, and that kind of idea that nobody has worked on it.
Yes.
But here in S2 and S3 stage, your first objective is to publish and to get the degree.
Yes.
So don't try to get a Nobel Prize award or something like that. You want you want to publish something that you want to get the highest national award of Indonesia or the Nobel award. Don't try to get that award.
Okay.
Try to find a topic, a research gap that is acceptable to your supervisor and make a paper on it.
Okay. Also, I get some good point because the research paper, the published research paper will help us to do our dissertation. If we just do something very new and there is no research paper back our topic, so it will be very, very difficult because we don't know how to start and we don't know how to end.
Yes. You don't know. You will never know it. This is the work of the researchers who have already qualified. They are established researchers because it takes time and time. Many kind of research, like 3 years, 4 years to develop a particular topic. If you will try to do it, you will never finish it. You will never finish your degree. Don't do this. Always try to select a topic that is already published. Try to make a topic between the public, like we have made a few topics from the abstract from the published papers. Try to make your topic from the published papers, so that if somebody will ask you why this, you will tell him the research paper. See, this paper has done. This person has done research on this, because this published paper will support your research gap. The supervisor will ask you why this. You will tell them, okay, this person has worked on this. Why this topic? You will show them that, okay, this area is published by this very, very good journals. When you will show your supervisor like 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10 very good papers, he will allow you to work on it because he knows that this is you have read on it and you have worked on it and you know the topic.
Okay.
So this is the key. The reading of the manuscript is the key in selecting the topic. Don't think by your mind that, okay, this is hard. Don't do that. Don't think your mind. You will never get to the correct topic. Like I have seen many people, like after 6 months or even after 1 year, they are saying that we are not able to get the topic because you are not reading.
Yes.
Because you're not reading, that is why you are not going to get the topic. Read. You will get within 1 month the correct topic. If you will do the way I have told you to select the research guide on the topic, rest assured you will select the topic even in less than 1 month. Another thing is I will help you out in doing on Mendeley.
Okay.
Like on Mendeley, if you open Mendeley, if you have already installed it, the Mendeley. How many students here know using Mendeley?
Alam, izin bertanya.
Iya, silakan.
My question in Indonesian speaking.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Syed Alamda Alisha, my question, di dalam topik tadi dikatakan itu sebagai bentuk gap ya dalam penelitian. Nah, apakah dalam topik itu dimunculkan novelty-nya ya di dalam topik itu? Karena sekarang kan identik penelitian apapun sudah mulai dikejar oleh Sinta atau penelitian kebaruan atau novelty itu menjadi satu hal yang prinsip sepertinya. Mohon penjelasannya.
Okay.
Terima kasih.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jaka. I would like to translate it. Mr. Alamdar, sometimes the reset gap, we saw also sometimes when we submit our papers to the good journal, they ask about the novelty. So I think the novelty and the research gap, maybe there is a linkage or there is a relationship between research gap and the novelty. But maybe some of Indonesian writer or authors maybe find difficulties to how to make the novelty or how to generate the novelty from the research gap. Maybe you may explain for us.
Yes. You just see, novel. The complete word is no. The complete word is novel solution. Novelty is the half word. The complete word is novel solution. What is your solution to the research problem? Novelty means novel solution. If you have done the research, you have worked on a particular research gap. What is your findings? What is your solution to this problem? Research gap is the problem. Novelty is the solution. Like in the model, you have established a model, and your findings are the solution to that problem. So research problem is like I will give you an example. Like you go to the doctor, you are sick, you go to the doctor. This is a research problem. And the doctor gives you the medicine, that is a novelty. See, you understand the difference between the novelty and the research gap? The sickness of the patient is the research gap, and the doctor is giving you the medicine is the novelty.
Oh, I see. I see. I can understand. So, Mr. Alamdar bikin gambaran ini cara membedakan antara research gap dengan novelty. Research gap adalah jenis penyakit kamu sakit, nah kamu yang ada yang salah, ada something wrong, nah itu adalah research gap. Dan kemudian kamu bisa menutup lubang penyakit itu atau bisa mengurangi dampak atau bahkan menyembuhkan penyakit itu adalah novelty. Jadi research gap itu adalah kemudian bisa memancing untuk memunculkan novelty tadi. Jadi novelty itu adalah solution. Nah, itu jadi Mr. Siapa tadi lupa saya?
Jaka.
Mr. Jaka ya. Jadi dari research gap itu sejenis penyakit ya. Kemudian obatnya itu adalah novelty. Jadi novelty adalah maybe yaitulah yang bisa mengobati research gap tadi yang karena ada sakit tadi.
Seperti I will tell you like COVID-19.
Yes.
COVID-19 was a research gap.
Yeah.
Now you just see every country has developed its own vaccine. Though this is a novelty of that country, that have given you their medicine. Like Indonesia has developed its own vaccine, USA its own vaccine. This is a novelty of those countries. What is the solution you have provided to that research problem? The solution, the novelty means novel solution, new solution. The word novelty means new solution. In simple words, novelty means new solution. What is the new solution your research is providing? When the journal asks you to give novelty means what is the new solution in your paper? Because you just see, like you are, like in the topic we are searching the COVID-19 impact on stock markets. Okay, everybody has searched it. Everybody know that the impact of COVID-19 is negative on the stock markets. So when you will come to your research, you will also publish your paper, and you will also send it to the journal. The journal will ask you, everybody has this. We already know that the COVID-19 impact is negative. What is your contribution in it? If you are telling us that the COVID-19 impact is negative on the stock market, what is your solution? What is the novelty? What is your solution? So you will tell us that Indonesia, we know that the impact was not negative on all the market, it was positive or negative or something, what happened like this, or it did not impact, or how we tackle the COVID-19 impact. This is your novelty. Novelty, novelty, the word novelty means novel solution. Keep it in mind. The word novelty means novel solution. What is the novel solution of your problem? How you have identified it? How you have identified the novel solution? Is that clear? Now you get my point. What is the meaning of novelty? Brother Azhar and Jaka Suryadi. Can you get my point? What is the novel solution?
Yes, maybe you got the point, Mr. Jack. Bisa paham ya tadi maksudnya?
Yes, syukran.
Inshallah, syukran, inshallah. He got the point. He got the point. He can benefit from your answer. Okay, inshallah. Maybe Mr. Arsur Slani, I think when you on the camera, maybe you want to ask something.
Assalamualaikum, brother.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ahlan.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Silakan kalau ada yang ingin ditanyakan.
Izin Pak Azhar.
Ya, silakan.
Terkait tadi, kalau memang novelty sebagai solution,
ya.
Padahal sebagai gap itu kan kita sudah paham lebih dulu bagaimana mengarahkan gap itu menjadi satu solution. Nah, ini kan perlu media-media apa yang dibutuhkan untuk sampai ke novelty itu. Mohon petunjuk.
Oke.
Terima kasih.
Okay, Mr. Alamdar, Mr. Jaka improvised his question. What are the steps to make the novelty or to generate the novelty from the research gap? Maybe what are the steps or just Jadi bagaimana media? What are the media to get the novelty after we got the research gap?
So you see, this question, it is about methodology. This question is about right now. This is the later part of, because we are in this session we are talking about how to generate introduction and research, how to start making a paper. This question, how to address how to make the novelty, it is about running the data, applying the methodology of running the data, finding the result, and making the triangulation with the previous study. This is the step of making the novelty. When you get the research gap, you make a model to address the research gap. How you will address that model? Where you enter the data in it, you run the statistical results on it, then you analyze the results. Then this is the steps of getting the novelty from the research gap to the novelty. Novelty, I told you, novelty means novel solution. The solution is when you will apply the data, you will run the data, you will analyze it. This is the solution step. Completing the paper. Completing all steps means you are finding the novelty. So you get my point. So you get my point, how to get the novelty from the research gap. Novelty is the solution and research gap is the problem. So when you say that how to get novelty from the research gap, it means you will, how to get novelty means apply the data, collect the data, apply the data, apply the model, get the findings, analyze it. This is the process of getting novelty from the research gap. Research gap, it is not straightforward that you will get the novelty from the research gap straight away. You have to apply the research process to get the findings to get the research gap, to get the novelty.
Shukran, Syed Alamda, very clear about your explanation.
Thank you very much, sir. So coming back to my presentation again. Search and research publications. Now, the thing is, when you are doing the research, the questions that need to be answered on the very after you select the topic. While selecting the topic, the question that need to be answered: whom, from whom, for whom you are going to do the research. If it is for because you are an S2 students, you are going to make a research to get a degree for the university. What are you going to research? The topic of the research, that what is going to be the topic, why you are researching. This is the most important questions in the research. Why you want to research it? Why no you did not choose any other topic? Why? What is the importance? Actually, when you talk about the why, it means you are talking of the research. Well, who is going to get the benefits of the research? This is very important. How you are going to research? What methodology you are going to adopt? What methodology you are going to adopt to write the research paper? How you are going to do it? When you are going to do it? The timing of the research. The timing of the research, when you are going to do the research. This is also very important. Like on the COVID-19, if you will, this is right time to go do the COVID-19. If you will do the research on COVID-19 like after 3 years or after 4 years, it will not be accepted. The similar is the cases that when you are going to do it. If you are selecting a topic like 6-year-old, 7-year-old, it will not be any beneficial. Upon whom? What is going to be your data? Whether your data properly address your research or not. So this is also very important, from whom you are collecting the data.
Okay, I'm sorry, just now I running out. I just join again.
Okay. Hostnya mana, Mas Alam? Host
Mr. Host, Mbak Hima. Mbak Hima, maybe you can Mbak Hima yang jadi host. Saya tadi bisa masuk, cuma saya bukan. Oke, ini tadi share screen ya, share screen. You still can share your screen, Mr. Alamdar?
Yes. I am sharing my screen.
Yes. Yeah, we are still viewing, but maybe this is process. Okay.
Screen is paused.
Yeah, screen pause. I think this. Maybe you may close the share screen, and please do again. To reshare again.
Now you can see it.
Very clear. Very clear. Yes.
So here is what is research. The research in selecting a topic, we are going to answer this. In short, in selecting the topic, we are going to answer these research questions. For whom we are going to research? Whom? For whom you are going to? Is there any regulatory body, or is there we are going to do research for getting the degree? For whom we are going to research? See. what we are going to research. The second, what you want to research. This is another very good question on this topic. What are you going to research? Like here we research on COVID-19. What we are going to research? Why we are going to research it? What are the benefits of the research? Why we want to select this topic? In Islamic economics, we are always, you just bear in mind, why means the benefits. Who will get the benefits? Is there any, like, if ever you want to give medicine to a sick person, if you ever you want to give medicine to a person that is not sick, you never give that medicine. So the same is the case with research. Do you want to research something that is not important? No, it is not possible. That is the answer to your question, that you want to work something, you want something that only there is no paper published. So why you want to research on it? Because that is not
sometimes from my experience, sometimes I made mistake. But why we on to search to research, to do research, because we want to know before we don't know something about it.
No. Knowing, no, don't want to know. Don't want to know is not a question. Is the part of the community, there should be part of the economy or the society who should be getting a benefit of it. Knowing is not a purpose. I want to know this. This is not the purpose.
Yes.
This is not the purpose. There should be a part of the economy or the society who will get benefit out of it. Knowing, you can read, you can make a paper for yourself, but it will not get published.
Okay.
Paper can be made. I'm not saying that paper cannot be made on it, but if there is no benefit in it, it will never get published.
Yes, because many students made mistake like that. Because why you do research this? Because I want to know.
No. Knowing is not the research gap. Yeah, there should be benefit on it. Who is going to get benefit out of it? Like another, I will give you an example, that if you ask money from your parents, that I want 10,000 spulu ribu rupiah, your father asks you what? Because I want to know. Will you give me the money? No. Why you want to know? What benefit you are going to get out of it? See, because there should be benefit coming out of it. Knowing is nothing. Nobody will accept it.
Yes.
See, another thing is how you will do it, the methodology. Whether the methodology cannot be like this, that I like regression, I like vector error correction model, I like GMM. No. The methodology should address your research problem. That how this methodology is addressing your research problem. We will get on it when we will come on the topic, because the justifying methodology is also very critical in writing a research topic. Because when you write your supervisor accepts your topic, okay, this is your topic, then the next question he will ask you how you will do it. Methodology. Why this methodology? Why you are going to do this? So the relating the methodology is also very important. That you say that, sir, I want to do this. He will not accept your argument. You want to do this. You will have to tell them what, like it is the same question, like I am headache, and he asks you that I just want to eat any medicine. He asks you because you said I want to eat it. You cannot eat it anything. You cannot eat it by your choice.
Yes.
It has to address the research problem, that how this methodology is going to address your research problem. You know why a PhD called a doctor? You see, because the work of the doctor is identify the disease and give the medicine. This is the work of the doctor. And the PhD is called a doctor because we identify the research gap and give the solution. This is why a PhD is called a doctor. Identify the research gap and provide the solution. This is the work of the PhD. This is the crux of the research, that you have to identify, You have to identify the research gap. Research gap is the sickness, and the results are the solution. This is what the PhD is called a doctor, because the doctors, they do it on the human beings. We do it on the economy. Our work is the same. So that is why we are called a doctor, because we cannot do something that I like this. I want to know this. Though this is not. This is nobody will accept it.
Yeah.
It has to be related. That why you want to do this, who will do. Another question is when you will do it. The timing of the research, like doing COVID-19 research currently is possible, but doing COVID-19 research after 6 years, 7 years, nobody will accept it because it's already over. So the timing of the research, if you are selecting a topic, whether it is still relevant or not, whether journals are, whether people are still accepting it or not. This is very important. When the timing of the research, when you are going to address it upon the research objects, the sample of your research, what sample you are going to collect it, whether your sample will address your research problem or not. The sample of the sample, like we are doing COVID-19 research on COVID-19, and we will select data of behavioral intentions. No, we don't need such kind of data. We need data that is like I have seen the papers written by. I have seen the papers written by research doing on paper, research doing by students. They wrote that they will write the research paper. They will write the research paper on something very good topic. But the research object the students want to research on MSMEs, small and medium scale enterprises. But the data they are collecting, it is from students. So the data will not be okay. The students want to do research on small and medium scale enterprises, but the data they are collecting is from their peer students. The data will not be okay. You will not get the correct results. So upon whom you are going to do research. This is very important, that you collect the correct data. Then also no and yes. Still, if you do something, if it is correct or not, whether you will proceed on it or not, whether you answer all these questions in your research, whether you question all the research on in your paper, in your research gap, all these questions, if you tick all these research questions in your write-up of the research gap, your supervisor will inshallah will accept your research gap. He will never deny you. The next question is classifications of research. We do research in 3 domains. Learning research, like the students who are beginners to the research, how to do research. For the students who are coming to the research, they will have to be taught about methodologies for how to read the literature, how to read the literature, like we have just demonstrated learning research, how to do research. Producing research is integrating all the things, like the research data, like the methodology, like the findings to produce the research. Then there is publications. How to do publication, how to publicate your research. Publication process is publishing research with the ranked publishers. What are the international ranks? Like we have just seen the Scoopers. Select now you just see, this is my personal experience. I'm telling you, the Q1 and the Q4 journals are the most difficult journals to publish. The Q2, Q33 journal are easier journals to publish.
In the between, the middle between, more easier than Q1 and Q4.
Yes, Q1 and Q4 journals are difficult to publish. Q2 and Q3 journals are easier to publish.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, that's why if you will look at my list of publications, almost all are in Q2 and Q3.
Oh,
I never go for Q1 and Q4.
oh, I see. I see. I see. Yeah, I don't know what the reason. Q1 maybe our papers not maybe meet their standard, but why the Q4 sometimes more difficult?
Because I think the Q4 journal, they are trying to go up. They make the criteria difficult to accept very good quality papers,
Oh.
something like that. The Q1, they want to maintain their quality. The Q2 and Q3, they are already in between, so the acceptance in those such papers are relatively easier. This is my personal experience.
I see.
So this is, you also, when you are submitting, you also need to analyze what is happening. Who is accepting your paper? Who is not accepting your paper? Why, on what grounds you, or where your papers are easily accepted? Also the publisher groups, like in Emerald, like in Science Direct, like in Taylor and Francis, the Emerald groups, and also about the language of the paper. When you write the paper, try to write in good language, because this is the first thing that editor views. If there is a grammatical mistake in your abstract, rest assured that he will reject your paper, even though whatever findings you are good. If there are like grammatical mistakes in your abstract, he will reject your paper. That's rejected. You will always get disappointed that I have done very good research, but because your language is not up to the mark, paper will always get rejected. The language, working on the language of the paper is really very important. You should be very, very good quality language. And another thing is, like I told you about the groups, the Emerald group is easier to publish. Yes, Science Direct papers, Taylor and Francis paper, the Emerald group and Sage group, these are easier to publish. Science group papers and Taylor and Francis, they are difficult to publish, like Kluwer publications. And also if a journal is representing a certain university, that is also easier to publish. If you will target a group, that is a group like Science Direct, yes, they are very good groups, but they are difficult to publish. So you also have to, because when you need to qualify, you also need to target. These are the tactics of getting published.
Yes.
So you always do. Also, you also need to apply some tactics as well. The how to get published.
Yes, some technical. This are not the skill.
Yes, skill. So how to get published? This is also very important. You just see, like I always mention that the journals try to fool us, and we try to fool journals. And it is a war between us and the journal. Let's see who wins. If you will see the rejection letter, sometimes the journals, they really, once I submitted a paper to reviewers, they assigned major revision on it, that this is a way. One, I submitted the revision, one reviewer accepted it and one reviewer rejected it. Now who is correct?
True.
You just see, so never get appointed for by this rejection. This is always the view of the reviewer, that if he considers that it is correct or not, it is always the view of the reviewer. Don't get disappointed by rejections. Always, whenever you get a rejection, read the rejection carefully. Sometimes, most of the time, like 50% rejections are like rubbish rejections. They just want, there will be only one key rejection on the basis of which he is rejecting your paper. All the rest, he is just trying to make up the paper. There will be only one or two major rejections on the basis of which your paper is rejected. Try to find out that one or two rejections that he is rejecting. That is the major rejection. What is the major rejection on it? Like, the language of the paper is not good. The data is not, the data is very short. The period is very, these are very low point of, these are the objections that can be reviewed in the review, that can be addressed in the revision. When you are going to publish and somebody rejects it or the reviewer objects on it, Read it carefully. There will be one or two major reason upon which he is basing on decision. The rest he just made up the paper. Like he is rejecting it. He's very shy to write only one thing, that he's rejecting your paper on the basis of one thing. He will write like 10 other major reasons. Like the language is not good, the data is not something like that, the length of the paper is not good, the table formatting is not okay. These are not the reasons of rejection. He is just making this up. There will be one or two major reasons that he is rejecting your paper. You get my point?
Yes. I mean, kita tidak boleh putus asa. We cannot despair from rejection. We have to try again, maybe to recycle, to improve the quality and submit to another journal. So,
yes. Now, what is the learning research? What are the steps of learning research? Reading and rereading. Read one paper 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, reading and rereading. The second step is analyzing and reanalyzing. Like we have analyzed different papers, we have integrated one paper with another. Synthesis and re-synthesis. Join papers together, try to analyze it. If it is good, then break the synthesis, then re-synthesize. So this is the process of learning research. Synthesis and re-synthesis. Try to join the paper, then break them again, join them again, break them again. Try to find out the novel synthesis. What is the best synthesis? Writing and rewriting. Write your result once, read it again. If the results are not good, write it again. Try to see how others are writing the result. Try to discuss with your supervisor how we can, because the same thing, like when you are writing the result, there are very, very tricky things in writing. When we will come to this, writing the result, this is also very tricky thing. We can write the same result in several different ways to get the attention of the reviewer. It is not that variable X has effect on variable Y. This is a simple sentence. It can be written in 10 different ways to get the attention of the reviewer. So this is very tricky how you write the results. If you will not write the result in tricky way, they will not get the attention. So the writing style is also very important. Producing the research output, learning from the rejections, like I have told you, whatever research I have learned from the rejections. That why they are rejecting, on what ground they are rejecting. When you get rejection, go to the first point again. Read your work. The rejection, because most of the students, what I know they do, when they get rejection, they just close their email, delete the email and just leave it. We will do it. No, don't do like that. Always work on the rejections.
Work on rejection.
Yes, when you will work on rejection, your paper will improve and it will be more publishable. Don't throw rejections. It is the case with 90% of the students. When they get rejection letter, they just delete that email. Okay, we don't like it. Don't do like that. Always work on the rejections. What rejections have been pointed out? Going back to the first sentence. Producing research. There are two research. How to produce research? There are two approaches of producing research. One is a top-down approach and one is a bottom-up approach. The top-down approach is you select top-down approach is mostly chosen by research houses, governments, universities who are doing government research. Like in what happens in top-down research is we go step by step from the first step. First, choose the research topic that is available on the society. Then we collect data on it. Then we perform research on it. We find the results. We find the output. Then we produce a research. Then we decide if we want to publish it or not. That is the proper top-down approach of research. The second approach is bottom-up research. Research is we target the journal that we are going to produce a research for this target, for this journal. In top-down approach, we are not selecting the journal. We are addressing a phenomena existing in the society. that this is the problem existing in the society and we want to address it. We don't care if any journal is accepting or not. That is why this kind of research is done by the governments, the research house, the IMF, the World Bank. They don't care if they or not. They are because they are concerned about the economic welfare. How the people will get benefit out of it. That is called top-down research. The bottom of research is you target the journal, that this is the journal I want to publish, and this is the requirement of the journal, and this is how I will proceed. This is the bottom of research. Most of the academic research we are doing nowadays, it is bottom of research, because we already know where we want to. We already know a group of journals where we want to target, we want to publish. The top-down research, this is not the work of the students. This is the students. This is the work of the regulatory bodies, research houses, and governments who are doing welfare projects. You can we as an individual researcher, we cannot do individual projects or welfare projects. We only want to get published and we want to have our degree. So our research is always our bottom of research. It is called bottom up research, top down research and bottom up research. I forgot to write bottom up research. It is bottom up research, that where you target the journal, that this is a journal we want to target, this is the requirements of the journal, and we will do it according to the or what is the most accepted topic in the journal nowadays, and we will work on that. This is the bottom up approach. Most of research nowadays is bottom up approach. Now the top down and bottom up approach have two further research types: academic research and professional research. Academic research, like what we are doing here in industry, in academic institutions, this is called academic research. Professional research is done by the professionals who are working in the industry, that they address a particular phenomena, or either they want to address a journal. That is called the professional research done by the professional house, professional bodies. That is called the professional research. And what we are doing in academic University of Erlanga, it is the academic research. So academic research is most of the time bottom up of research. Academic, always remember, we always do bottom up research in academic, because we always target a journal and we try to get published. There are still sometimes there are projects given by the government to the industries, like in case of University of Erlanga, we were trying to develop a vaccine. The vaccine development task was given by the government to the University of Erlanga. University of Erlanga had developed a vaccine. That is a top-down research. That is given, but that is a top-down research given by the university. We are not going to publish it anywhere. That is the original top-down research. It is still academic research, because we are not going to publish it anywhere. For students, for teachers, something like that, for what we are doing, we always do bottom of research where we target the journal. Then remember, if we are targeting a journal, this is a bottom of research. If we are not targeting a journal, it is a top down research. Now producing research has another two types: funded research and non-funded research. Funded, sometimes your research, you make a proposal, your research is so good that you get funding from the from institutions, from funding from the government, funding from the regulatory bodies, funding from the universities. That is called funded research. When the research is funded by the governments, it happens in Indonesia. Most of the time, their research projects are funded by the sometimes University of Erlanga, sometimes the government of Indonesia. They are funding non-funding research, like we are doing in S3 and S2. Nobody is funding it. We have to do it by ourselves. This is the non-funded research. So this is what was our first session. That how what is research, what are the dimensions of it, how we will do it. If students have any question about it, how to generate the topic, etc.
Okay, itulah ini ya, the end of the session, the first session about how to start writing manuscript. and we keep the session for discussion if there is any question. Apakah ada peserta untuk sesi yang pertama ini? Tapi I think we have limited time till 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. But I think that we can benefit. We can do this agenda timely. I think. So maybe if there is no question, we go to next section.
Yes. What is the timing? What is the last time of this?
At the picture of that are shared, we are given time till 4 o'clock p.m. 4 o'clock p.m. Now I think 3 o'clock.
Yes,
and 15 minutes.
Okay. Yes, 3 o'clock. Yes.
So
Now yes. The next session is about how to write abstract and introduction.
Yes.
For this, we will go again to research papers, that how to write abstract and introduction. Let me share you. I will show you the paper that was written by me. We will analyze a few introductions. The abstract, how to write an abstract.
Yes. Oh, we got your connection lost. Still you hear me? Oh. Mr. Set Alemdar kayaknya lost connection. Mbak Hima mungkin bisa bantu WhatsApp mungkin. Atau saya yang ini. Oke, mungkin ada yang ingin ditanyakan dari peserta atau mungkin komentarnya cukup ada banyak manfaat ya. Insya Allah ada manfaat. Banyak hal tadi yang mungkin bisa dilakukan sambil menunggu Mr. Set Alemdar untuk terhubung kembali. Ya mungkin atau mungkin kita kalaupun dari jam 4 nanti lebih mungkin ya nggak lebih lama lah. Saya kira mungkin ada teman-teman yang juga mau beristirahat di sore ini. Gimana Pak Pupun? Insya Allah. Oh ya, stay here. Mr. Set Alemdar saying that he is reconnecting. He will get back soon. Okay. Okay, insya Allah. Jadi mungkin ya karena cukup bermanfaat nanti Mbak Hima mungkin bisa share rekamannya lah, mungkin bisa kita ya memang tadi cukup cepat beliau bicaranya, kadang-kadang juga kita sedikit miss beberapa poin, tapi mungkin dengan rekaman itu kita bisa mengingat beberapa yang ketinggalan. Tapi ini kita sudah mulai masuk ke sesi kedua, tapi kita sampai jam 4, maka mungkin nanti kita ya sesuaikan lah, sesuai kondisi.
PPT-nya Pak Azhar.
Oh, PPT-nya, oke. I will ask him insyaallah.
Because freezing itu yang depan-depan.
Oh iya, tadi agak ini connection juga kayaknya atau device.
Iya, di aku tuh gemeter terus suaranya.
Iya. Nanti kita ini kan masih reconnecting. Saya juga lihat tadi Windows-nya juga bukan yang ini ya, mungkin kadang butuh waktu juga untuk reconnecting.
Kita recreate lagi aja Pak presentasinya.
Oh iya.
Recreate by point gitu.
Oh iya nanti bisa, tapi insya Allah bisa ada poin-poin jadi
Soalnya language
cukup
barrier
bermanfaat
juga
lah.
sih.
Ya language cukup bermanfaat juga kalau kita lihat tadi dari terutama yang tadi dapatkan topik ya tadi cukup bagus banget steppingnya yang sangat
makanya recreate aja Pazar, recreate
ya nanti.
Jadi yang ada di PPT-nya tuh Pazar bikin PPT.
Oh gitu.
Iya dong,
ya,
karena kan yang ngerti situ doang.
Iya, jadi kita coba lihat recordingnya. Ya, bisa. Banyak ininya tadi ya tadi memang dari PowerPoint-nya beliau tadi kan beliau praktek dulu kayaknya by practice sebelum ke teori gitu. Walaupun tadi secara praktek sama teori ya tidak terlalu ada sedikit banyak perbedaan ya, tapi memang sebenarnya mewakili itu. Jadi kayaknya emang yang penting malah yang praktek tadi malahan sebenarnya bagaimana melihat abstrak kemudian mensortir ya, terutama beliau ketika mensortir artikel itu luar biasa sehingga kemudian dengan artikel yang bagus itu ternyata kadang-kadang mungkin kalau kesalahan kita kadang-kadang membanyak baca paper tapi mungkin kurang perhatian, kurang fokus di artikel-artikel yang bagus sehingga kadang-kadang menjadi fokus topik itu kemana-mana. Tapi dengan itu tadi mensortir tadi beberapa artikel yang cukup bagus atau yang paling top itu malah bisa walaupun sedikit itu bisa kemudian malah lebih banyak topiknya. Yang bisa maksudnya ada peluang meneliti. Nanti sebentar beliau lagi datang Japri lagi. They're still waiting. masih reconnecting. Masih submit ya. Oh iya insyaallah nanti mungkin di end of session ya atau mungkin kita share di grup atau mungkin nanti bisa juga hubungi nanti kita insyaallah, tapi saya kurang tahu ya mungkin bisa dapat segera moga-moga lah bisa juga nanti di end of session beliau masih sempat sebelum kita tutup misalnya kita minta sharing PPT-nya. Tapi yang lebih penting sebenarnya malah rekaman nanti Mbak Hima mohon rekamannya bisa di-share ya, di-share mungkin taruh di Google Drive, kemudian link downloadnya bisa di-share ke teman-teman atau para peserta. Ya
maksudnya PPT-nya dia dikondisikan dulu Pak, bukannya di-share gitu aja. Kalau di-share gitu aja sama aja.
Insyaallah.
Dikondisikan dulu.
Ini masih mencoba connecting. Insyaallah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pak
Waalaikumsalam. Ya.
Sambil menunggu ya.
Iya.
Terkait dengan artikel ya. Ini kan kita juga sebetulnya lagi di review nih jurnal kita.
Iya.
Cuma emang masalahnya itu selalu hasil reviewnya itu terkait dengan novelty gitu loh. Kita sudah sampaikan ya, tapi dia tetap bersikeras mana novelty-nya gitu loh. Nah, ini yang tadi maka saya mohon izin penjelasan dari beliau.
Oh, kalau bisa mungkin antum bisa ini nggak nanti share screen. Itu akan lebih ini juga. Misalnya antum mau bersedia share screen bagian novelty yang telah disampaikan, atau nanti beliau mungkin mengkomentari ya kenapa kok novelty itu masih kurang dinilai sebagai novelty. Nah, itu mungkin lebih ini juga. Tadi kemarin Pak Bayu juga pesan kalau seandainya ada yang mau sharing hasil tulisannya tidak apa-apa. Oke, alhamdulillah. You are welcome, Mr. Alamdar. Oh, ikut los. Masih ya. You're already here. Alhamdulillah. But we still don't hear your voice. You're still connecting the audio. Disconnecting your audio. By click maybe in the left, in the left side, left down side. Click join audio. You may see the join the audio. Yes, still. Alhamdulillah. You are connecting to audio. Okay, Mr. Lamdan, maybe you can hear me right now. Okay, good. Okay, inshallah. Oh, you use your phone, yeah. You still mute your voice.
Your mic.
Your mic, yeah. Please unmute. In the left down side. Okay. Okay. We okay. So you use your smartphone right now.
Yeah, smartphone. Yes.
Okay, maybe so you may send the PPT so I can share in my screen.
Yes.
Maybe. Okay.
No, we will not in this here. We will do a live session on a few introductions that we have drafted. What?
Okay. Yes. Okay. This is the second session. Okay. Maybe you without PPTs, it's never mind. Maybe just point out the several key points to do.
Yes. I will point out. I will point out several key points. So the thing is, how we are going to write an introduction.
Yeah.
You see, the first thing in writing in introduction is writing the first paragraph. It addresses the modern day. First paragraph, the paragraph it discusses a bit about introduction. A bit about the background of the research. That what is the background of this research? Why? What were the circumstances that led us to do this research? The background. Yeah. The first paragraph. I will tell you about in management sciences. I will tell you first thing. I will tell about the proportions in management sciences. About 50% of the research it goes to review of literature. Like if you are having like 10,000 words paper, like 5,000 words will go to literature review. Yes. Then like in a 10,000 paper, like 500 to 1,000 words will go to the methodology. Like 1,500 words will go to the introduction, and then there is like rest of the word will go to the finding and introduction. So in the 1,000 word paper, your introduction is about like in a 10,000 word paper, your introduction is about 1,500 words to 1,000 words, not more than that.
You have only 10 until 20% of.
Yes, yes, not more than 10% will belong to your introduction.
Okay, so now, keep it short. How to keep it?
Yes, make it short. Your introduction should not be more than 10 to 15% of your research paper. If you will group your research in according to the number of words, rest assured you will be able to develop a good paper. Because this is the main thing that students encounter, that how we will organize our research. How long should be the introduction? How long should be the literature review? How long should be the methodology? How long should be the results and discussion? This is the major concern, that where they should finish. What should be the quantity? So this is the quantitative classification, that it should not be more than like 1000. If this is a 10,000 word paper, it should be between 1000 to 1000 words maximum, not more than that. And introduction, when you are writing introduction, the first paragraph, it belongs to the background, what were the circumstances. And rest assured, when you are developing an introduction, never use old references in your introduction. Like introduction of, like, you are using references of, like, if you are doing research in 2021, don't use references of like 1980s, 1990s, 2000, 2015, wherever. Always use 2021 references in your introduction. In your first paragraph, second paragraph, never use old references. It leaves very bad impression on your on the editor, that if when he reads the first paragraph of your research paper, and it contains references of like 1991, of like 2000, or like 2005, he rejects it straight away, that this is a very old research, I don't need it.
Oh.
The first paragraph, the introduction, rest assured, there should be not more than 3-year-old reference in your introduction. Like if you are doing research in 2021, your introduction should not contain references beyond the period 2018 maximum.
Nice.
Yes, it should not go behind. No 2016, 15. No, don't use it. Try to develop a background from the, like, what I do to make introduction. I make introduction when I want to make an introduction of my research paper. I read the introductions of other similar papers. Yes, when that how they have developed their introduction. The introduction of similar paper published by good quality journals, how they have developed their. Don't try to innovate yourself in things from yourself. Try to do the research pattern, what is going on, what is being published by good quality journals. Like, for me, I develop abstract by reading abstract of others, and then integrating my abstract my research form with their research. I always develop to develop an abstract. By when I am develop an abstract, I also read the abstracts of the paper, of the similar paper written by others, how they have written their abstract. It is not solely based upon your research. It is also based upon what is being practiced in the market. What is how the abstracts are being written in the published research. So I am telling you, to in order to get success, you always need to consider what is happening in the market, what is happening in the good quality journals. See, this is very important. When you write the abstract, read the abstracts written by others, by other similar papers. That why people are writing, how people are writing the abstract of other similar papers. When you are writing in the introduction, read the introductions written by other similar papers, how they have written their introduction. When you are writing the literature review, read the literature review of other similar papers, how they are writing. Don't try to do by yourself that you know the methodology and you will do it. Don't do this. You will never get published, because your research is not according to what is being practiced in the society. So when you are writing an introduction, the first thing is read the introductions of the similar paper written by others. How they have written their introduction, what are their components, what they are writing in the first paragraph, what they are writing in the second paragraph, what they are writing in the third paragraph. More than normally in good quality journals, the introduction consists of like 4 to 5 paragraphs, never more than that. Out of which the last paragraph tells about the structure of the research. The most of the research is about the introduction written in 3 or 4 paragraphs. The first paragraph, and the second thing is, when you are writing an introduction, don't use old references. Always use new references. like 2018, 19, 20, 21 spectrum like that. And the third thing is use the then the first paragraph will be about the background. Like if we are writing about this COVID-19 paper, we will see about what is the background of COVID-19. Now keep one thing in mind: when we are writing about the economic impact of COVID-19, don't write something about the health sector, that this one is happening to the health sector. You still have to write about the economic impact. What is the background of now like we will see what happened with the other health crisis. What was the impact of other health crises on the economy. This is what we will write in our introduction. We will not write these sentences that COVID-19 has badly affected the health of the economy. This is not what is required to be written in a journal of economics.
More specific.
The health issues, we are not about the health issues. Yes, more specific. We are writing about the economics. The first paragraph should tell about what happened in during the other outbreaks on the society. See, and those outbreaks and those references, those things that have been written recently, you will that, because to me, I tell you, to me, writing introduction is the most difficult thing I have ever seen. Making a paper is not very difficult. Writing introduction is very difficult. It always challenges me to write a good introduction, because on the basis of it, your paper will be rejected. On introduction and literature, the most difficult thing is after you will write an introduction after you have completed your research. So to me, the most challenging thing is writing an introduction. That what you are going to write in it. That like I have told you that when you are going to write something on COVID-19 impact on economy, the first thing is what happened during the other pandemics. You will also write something about, because we are writing about the economy, we will also write the like global financial crisis 2008, what happened in that, what is their impact, and something like that. The other related issues. The second paragraph this will be the first paragraph of our introduction. That what happened in the similar other situation. Why it should be important to research this topic currently. The background of it. The second is what is, but just a brief discussion of what has been done by other researchers on this area. Like we have just searched like a few papers on COVID-19 on impact on stock market. We will work on it, that how we will what is going to happen, what are the outcome of other researcher. Like we have seen in the findings of the other researcher that somebody has said that it has somebody has now here don't don't discuss about the methodology and the data that this person has used this methodology, this person has used data. We only have to write stipulation of the conclusions. The second paragraph of the introduction is made from the conclusions of other research. What were the conclusions of other research? And still another thing, you have to read the introductions of other papers as well. That they have so this is the key in writing an introduction, that you read other papers more correctly. That what is the current trend. The current trend is you put the research of other researchers, what they have, but don't give an introduction of your variables here. What are going to be your variables? Don't in the first and in the second paragraph, you normally we do not write the variables. We will see what other researchers have done on this area in the in our field on this topic. The third paragraph we will try to address methodologies that addressed by using this methodology. This topic was that COVID-19. How are the variations in the methodology that have been used in introduction in writing the papers on COVID-19? This in the third paragraph we will discuss the method just a brief and assure that this paragraph, the one paragraph of introduction, does not go beyond like 250 words. It remains between the 250 words. Keep the limit in your mind so that you know that you have to reduce your word in keep the word limit in mind. Just don't write limitlessly that we are just writing and writing. That's the second. Another thing is try to make smaller sentences. Don't make like sentences of like going to like three sentences for without comma and full stop. With comma and full stop, you are just making your sentences long and long and long. Don't do that. Always try to make short sentences. Because the longer sentences it makes it for reader and for the self. And then we will come to the third paragraph. What we will write in the third paragraph? In the third paragraph we will write about the grounds of that we will narrow it down to our research problem and we will narrow it down to our research problem and our research question. That we will just write a background, because in the second paragraph we have written about the works of others, and in the third paragraph we will narrow it down to our research problem. That this is what we are going to include in our research. This is what we will write in the third paragraph. That like in COVID-19, when we will draw a model, we will write it. The description of a brief description of that model will be written in the first paragraph, in the third paragraph. So the first paragraph is about background. The second background is about the works of others on the topic. The third paragraph is about our model. The first and this our model, it will also contain about the methodology of the paper, something about the methodology of the paper. And in the fourth paragraph we will write about research question and the research gap coming from our research model. That this was a research gap. From this is the description, and we are addressing this research gap. And in the fifth paragraph we will write the structure of the paper. That what we will do in the literature review. What kind of literature we are going to do chronological literature review, or we are going to do the segmented literature review. What kind of literature review we are going. Also we will include in that our methodology, a bit about our methodology, one line about methodology and results and expected conclusion. This will include in our fourth and fifth paragraph. This is the structure, a basic structure of an introduction. Any question about it? That how we will write an introduction?
Okay. Baik. Mungkin tadi several key points. Tadi mungkin untuk PPT-nya mungkin kita susulkan ya. Mungkin the PPT will be sent a letter, maybe after this agenda, or maybe tonight or tomorrow. Inshallah, we will try to get the PowerPoint that has been made by Mr. Alamdar. Before going to that, to continue our session today, if there is a question, please, because we still have 8 until 10 minutes left for discussion. Maybe this is the interesting discussion. Maybe we can continue in other agenda or in in different occasion. But to continue, okay.
Yeah, brother. In this session, in the last session, I will discuss. I will prefer to discuss one by one with the students what are their
Okay.
problems in writing the
Okay.
introduction and
Okay.
abstract. I think that will be more beneficial.
Okay. Now the discussion is by case, yeah, by student case. I mean, the student, if you are facing the difficulties, I think just now the one person, Mr. Jaka, still you still with us. Mr. Jaka facing that his novelty always rejected by the reviewer. The reviewer, Mr. Jaka just now mentioned that he has inserted the novelty in his paper, but still got rejection from the reviewer. So what is going on beyond that rejection? Maybe you can make the comment, Mr. Alamdar.
Yes, for the beginner, I tell you that like we are beginner, the person who have not published before or just one paper published before, don't try to publish. Don't try to approach a good quality journal in your first attempt. Don't do that. Try
Okay.
to don't try to target a good quality journal. Build your confidence by just firstly writing for a national journal or something like that. You will get published. You will develop your confidence how to write. Then go for the very good quality journal. This is my personal recommendation because when you will submit to a very good journal in your first attempt, and you don't have an experience of that, and definitely you will get rejected, and it will disappoint you. It will discourage your confidence. That probably you don't know how to write.
Oh yes.
So so in your first attempt, don't try to target a Q1 journal in your first attempt.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, if Q1 or Q, don't try to target like I told you Q3. If you are going to address a Scoopus journal, my recommendation is start writing from a Q3 journal.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want, and if you are still a very big journal, you are still a very new researcher, try to start from a national journal. Write like 2 or 3 papers for national. It will build up your confidence how to write. You will because the national journals, normally their objections are very easy. You can always discuss. You can always discuss and resolve them. But the more difficult journals you go, their objections are more strict, more technical. You will just get disappointed very easily. It will hamper your confidence. That probably.
Okay. We got lost connection. Maybe just myself or I don't know. Maybe the signal is bad. Oh no. You still continue. I think already
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, because the next thing is about the brother is facing difficulty about novelty.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
I tell you, writing a research paper is not all about research.
Yes.
You also need to know some ways of writing good words.
Good words.
Good words. Good sentence structure. Good diagram. Even you just see I have seen manuscript written with ordinary findings in very good journals. Just because the writing was very good, he has used very good diagrams, he has written very good methodology, but the findings were just very ordinary.
I see.
Yeah. So it is the research is not all about doing research. It is more about how you present it. maybe brother, what brother is saying that he is not. They are always targeting about their novelty, because this is because maybe he is not writing what we use in normal language. You need to write it in sugar coated way. In more academic style, more good writing, that try to integrate writing your try writing your findings, integrating it with the previous finding, try to mix them up to present it in a good way, in a good manner, try to only not the full article, try to write that novelty portion to get it written from a very good academic writer.
Okay.
Yes,
Maybe the suggestion is has to a few some novelties written by in the more good journal, so he knows how to make the sentence of the novelty. I think.
Yes. More, because you just see, you cannot say that if there is a finding of the research, so it is, you cannot change the finding of the research. The matter is how you present it.
Right.
You have already done the research, now you won't need to present it. You as a customer, when you go to the market, if there is if a shop that is not well cleaned and a shop that is well cleaned, from where you will buy the product, even though it is the same product? Definitely you will go to the good market, to the clean market. The same is the case with the publication. You try to write it, try to read the other papers, how they are writing. They are reading good sentences, good words for your paper. Try to develop your novelty according to what has been written by the other good researchers.
Okay.
You will yes, you will able, because I don't know what you have written, but this is my personal experience.
Yes.
In more than 60% of the times, it is just about the way you write.
Anyway. Okay.
Just improve your writing, inshallah, you will get published. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't get disappointed.
Okay. Maybe that's the answer, Mr. Jaka. In short, you can summarize that kamu bisa membuat kalimat kembali atau mereview kembali kalimat-kalimat yang dipilih untuk menunjukkan novelty. Bisa jadi kalimat-kalimat yang dipilih itu kurang pas di mata reviewer untuk menunjukkan novelty dari artikel Mas Jaka ini. Jadi jangan putus asa, intinya work on the rejection tadi ya. Just keep working on that sampai kita menemukan kata-kata novelty yang mungkin bisa diterima oleh reviewer. I think we reached the time that given for us. Now is 4 o'clock. Apakah ada is there still any remaining question for the participant? Oh, Mr. Alamdar, maybe you can send us maybe to me or Miss Hima the PPT PowerPoint that you have made. Please send it.
I will send it.
Yeah.
So how was this session about? How did you get something out of it? What is your feedback?
Okay. For me, maybe the student. Is there anyone who want to say his feedback? Maybe Mr. Jaka, maybe you give your feedback. Maybe participant in Indonesia, maybe I will translate it as far as I can do. Mungkin ada yang feedback yang ingin disampaikan atau masukan, kesan atau bisa pesan dalam acara ini. Mungkin ada yang bisa ingin menyampaikan, tidak apa-apa dalam bahasa Indonesia. Mungkin ya. Ya,
terima kasih Mas Azhar Alam
ya.
Mr. Alamda, syukran kathir about your presentation. Kami terima kasih ya. Tadi cukup terbantu translate dari Mas Azhar juga. Dari penjelasan Mr. Alamdar ya terkait dengan novelty. Betul, mungkin ya lebih kepada gaya bahasa yang disesuaikan kembali untuk bisa mereka temukan sebagai bentuk novelty gitu loh.
Ya, betul. Kalau boleh tahu Pak Mas Jaka itu target jurnalnya apakah memang cukup tinggi atau sebenarnya tidak juga atau gimana?
Di Sinta biasa.
Oh, Sinta. Okay. Yeah, sometimes we found there some different typical journal, how they select, how they accept the article, and maybe your journal is the one of the journal that very strict in novelty. Mungkin gitu. Jadi kan jurnal Sinta juga bermacam-macam ya. Flex Corpus journal also are various type, and maybe one of your journal Sinta is very strict in tadi defining the novelty. Jadi tapi insya Allah bisa, insya Allah. Tinggal nanti dicari atau mungkin artikel-artikel lain yang berhasil publish di jurnal Sinta tersebut, bagaimana mereka menuliskan novelty. Nah, mungkin bisa diadaptasi dari bagian artikel-artikelnya yang berhasil publish di jurnal tersebut. Nah, mungkin itu. That's all. Itu Mr. Alamdar.
I will tell you one my experience. I got paper published after it was rejected 15 times. 15 times it got rejected, and then I got it published in Q2.
Oh, in Q2. Awesome.
Wow.
So this is the personal experience. Yeah, surprise. Jadi 15 kali rejected, but at the end of time in Q2 has been published.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, don't get disappointed if you are rejected like 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Keep on improving your paper.
Yes.
Every time you get rejection, work on the rejection and improve your paper. And submit it again.
Okay. That is very good advice. Yeah. So keep working on rejection, revise it, improve it, and so send it again to the more the journal that to accept our paper. That's maybe all our session today. Maybe you may give some conclusion or to close this session of this workshop.
Yes. First of all, thank you very much for all the participants who gave me a chance, and to the University of Erlangen gave me a chance to present my experience. Because you might have noticed that this all presentation, it is not written in the book. You will not find it in the book. It was all my personal experience of publication. Because I during my PhD I produced 22 publications.
Wow.
Yes. And it is all my personal experience that how I tackled with those editors and the journals and the reviewers, how I responded them. Sometimes, I use the objection of one reviewer to address the answer of another reviewer. And because there are 2 or 3 reviewers who review your paper, I use the objections of one reviewer as an answer to the objection of another reviewer.
Yes. This is your strategy. Or one objection to other of you when you submit your journal to other paper. So you keep it, you save it, and when someone asks about maybe asking the response from the review, so you use this objection to answer.
Yes. So I'm telling you, these are all publications. It is very, very much depends on how you respond to the reviewer. You just see the research is correct. Your supervisors have supervised it. You have done F1 on it. There is nothing wrong with the research. Don't get yourself if you are rejected. Don't get yourself disappointed that there is something wrong with the research. No, there is nothing wrong with the research. It is all about presentation of the research. If you are getting rejected again and again, it is all about presentation of research. There is nothing wrong with research. Keep in your mind, don't get disappointed that you are being rejected again and again.
Oke, itu salah satu poin utamanya. Jadi it's not kesalahan ya, it's not the mistake from the research ya, tapi lebih kepada the presentation of your research in your paper. Jadi mungkin bisa diolah lagi, dibahasakan kembali, pilih kalimat-kalimat yang menarik di pasar tadi, yang cukup dilihat pasar. I think yes, also experience when we say zakat institution, but if we say Islamic social institution, sometimes reviewer got another point to review. Islamic social finance, we want to we don't to get it the paper, but when the reviewer say this is zakat, what is zakat? Maybe he doesn't know about the zakat terms. In their knowledge maybe sometimes like that. So kita tidak boleh putus asa untuk mengimprove, meningkatkan papernya tadi, kemudian mencari perbaikan-perbaikan, dan kemudian tadi juga yang bagus tadi. Nah ini jadi komen dari reviewer yang sebelum kita itu ternyata sangat bermanfaat, bisa kita jadikan senjata balik gitu ya. Untuk ketika kita misalnya sedang mensubmit paper ke jurnal lain dan mendapatkan objection yang hampir serupa atau in similar case. Nah, jadi karena misalnya dari paper sebelumnya mengatakan ini harus begini, misalnya harus A, kemudian si jurnal yang sebelumnya mengatakan B, kemudian kita bisa B. Because this is A, the reason is A. Jadi itu bisa menjadi jawaban how to respond the objection from another review from another journal that we are targeted to to publish. I think that's the closing point, the important key point also for us. Maybe so we in the end of session we hope that our agenda is beneficial for us. And Pak Jaka, terima kasih Pak Jaka atas pertanyaannya. Mohon maaf atas kekurangan atas penyampaiannya. Keterbatasannya, segala kekurangan dalam penyelenggaraan agenda ini, semoga bisa berlanjut di agenda setelahnya, yang intinya bisa meningkatkan kualitas cara kita meriset dan juga mempublikasikannya. Semoga bermanfaat bagi kita semuanya. Mari kita tutup. Let's close our training today by reciting Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Thanks very much for Alamdar and for all participants. I think Pak Bayu is still here. Ini mungkin ada penutup dari ini form lecturer. Gimana Mbak Hima? Atau mungkin kita tutup saja? Atau ya Mbak Hima sedang ada les ya. Pak Pupun, gimana Pak Pupun? Pak Pupun sebagai perwakilan Pak Pupun.
Lanjut aja Pak Azhar.
Lanjut ya udah, karena mungkin sudah cukup dan juga cukup sore, mungkin ada sebagian juga belum sempat istirahat atau untuk yang lain. Terima kasih atas kehadirannya. Saya tutup. I close this session by reciting wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum
warahmatullahi
Terima
wabarakatuh.
kasih semuanya.
Jazakallah Mr. Alamda.
Ya, insyaallah.
Thank you very much.
Dan ini insyaallah mungkin semoga Mbak Hima nanti juga bisa share rekamannya.
Thank you very much.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Jaka. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Oh ya, ini ada Mbak Hima, ini ngomong. Mbak Hima, udah ya, nanti tolong di-share sama ininya ya, PPT-nya ya. Oke, sip. Saya juga izin live. Mr. Landar, see you in the next time. Oh ya, mungkin ada.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Hafiz.
Oke, Mbak Hima, saya live ya. Terima kasih semuanya. Ya, terima kasih. Mohon maaf kekurangan translate dan lain sebagainya. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.